Alright, this film is how to calculate summary statistics and how to retrieve those summary statistics. If we look at this information, this is the total tobacco exposure time in Disney films from 1993 through 1997. And I want to get the average amount of time for this set of information. I've already entered the information into a list called Disney. And I'm going to actually store that into L4. To get the average amount of time in seconds, stat, calculate, one variable statistics is the first option. And then I need to tell it where to look. I can either do it from a list, second list, that I've defined, and I see that the average is 119.65 seconds, or I could do the exact same thing using a predefined list like L4. Second entry pulls up the previous command, and if I back up using the arrow key and tell it to use list 4, I need to delete some things, and hopefully I get the exact same numbers, 119.65 seconds. To retrieve that information, once you perform one variable statistics, all of these numbers, including the 5-number summary, which is down at the second half, min, Q1, median, Q3, max, are stored, and you can get to those by pressing the variable button. So if I clear out the home screen, press vars, choice 5 is statistics, and in this first XY set I see option 2 is X bar, options 6 and 7 are the standard deviations. Options 3 and 4 are the standard deviations for the X variable. And I need to go all the way over to points, so I'm going to click the left arrow once to get the 5-number summary numbers. Q1, Q3, and median are options 7, 8, and 9. So vars, statistics, and I want the average, so I'm going to do choice 2. And what I'd like to do is convert the average number of seconds into minutes. So I'm going to take that average, I'm going to divide it by 60, press enter, and that tells me that there's just under 2 minutes of tobacco exposure time in these Disney movies. The last thing that we can go over is how to do single calculations. If I don't need all the summary statistics, but if I just need the mean, I can press second stat, which gives me a list of all the lists in my calculator, but under the operations and math buttons are other functions, single functions. So under math, I see choice 3 is mean. So again, I need to tell it where to look. I'm going to tell it to look for the list 4, and the mean of list 4 is again that 119.65 seconds. If your summary information is not raw data, but is actually grouped according to intervals, you have to enter 2 arguments. The example here is in list 1, we have the percentage of college students enrolled in public schools, and list 2 is the 50 states and the number that appear in this interval. So from 40 to 50, there's one state that has that percentage enrolled in public schools, whereas anywhere between 90 and 100% of 6 states have students enrolled in public schools. If I want to approximate the average, I don't have the raw information, but I can at least approximate the average. Again, go to the home screen and do stat, over to calculate one variable statistics, but this time I'm going to put in 2 arguments, L1, comma, L2. And what this tells the calculator is to find the average and all the summary information in list 1, but weight list 1 based on what's in list 2, so it's more like a weighted average. And this tells me that the average is about almost 80% for all the states of their students attend public schools, public universities. So that's it. You can find averages 2 different ways. You can find individual information, and you can dig out all of the information from the stored variables section under variable statistics.